My name is Ronnie Strickland. You may know me as Cuz. Now, I've been with Mossy Oak since the beginning. And yes, it's a great job, if you can call it a job. The best part, other than getting to hunt all the time and call it work, is the people. From Toxie Hayes, the founder, to everyone at Mossy Oak, and hunters in general, man, they just get it. It being the real reason we do this. It's not the big antlers or long beards or getting your limit every time. It's way more than that.
Tim gave me a call to ask me, he actually sent me an email and asked me if I'd like to go hunting in Texas with him. And I think my wife says a similar thing that's like asking my young daughter if she'd like a piece of candy, because the answer is absolutely yes. So, you know, I hunted in Texas a couple of years ago, and I know what the quality of deer are in Texas when you hunt on a ranch like this that, you know, is really dedicated to the conservation. So I obviously told Tim, yes, I'd love to come and sit on a stand with him and hopefully be successful in taking a deer.
Oh, here comes a really nice deer right down the hill. Really nice deer. Oh yeah, nice 10-point.
Just got set up, and that nice 10-point showed up 4:15, I guess, in the afternoon. So we thought, you know, for sure we were going to get lucky and have an opportunity, and, you know, just didn't cooperate.
Still behind those bushes right there, but let's see if he steps out to where we can get a shot.
He stayed in front of us for the longest time, had deer all over him, was moving in between and out of bushes, and just didn't present himself a shot. The Remington firearm that we were using during the hunt was decorated in our breakup pattern, and that's called the hydrographics process. And the division that we set up, 3D Fluid Graphics, is a division that works in the supply chain component of the Mossy Oak business. And basically what we do is we work behind the scenes with all of our licensees to provide them with the substrate or the process or the technology that allows them to take our pattern and put it on their product to promote their business and our business to the consumers.
You know, every great company has that person. You know them, be it male or female. They're the ones that are so smart that most of the time you have no idea what they're talking about. They seem to operate on another level when it comes to business. Great with numbers, great with technology, great with ideas. It can be pretty frustrating for us average run-of-the-mill folks with a brain that operates at normal speed. Pat Epling is certainly that guy at Mossy Oak. He not only oversees all the processes that get the Mossy Oak patterns onto different products, he actually invented some of the processes. Pat spends most of his time traveling to countless locations helping companies to set up and streamline whatever process they may be using to put Mossy Oak onto everything from bows and guns to boots and blinds. It's an overwhelming task that requires a special person, and special he is. Pat brings not only a world of knowledge to the camouflage decorating world, but a lifetime of hunting passion as well. From early childhood to present day, his passion for whitetails, turkeys, and waterfowl is what landed him in the hunting industry. And at Mossy Oak, hey, that was our good fortune.
The first thing that pops out in my head when I think about Pat Epling is just extraordinary. He's extraordinarily brilliant and has an extraordinary heart for this company and of honor, the kind of honor that Marines and Navy SEALs have. The first thing I remember about Pat Epling was his dad. When I first got into this industry as a kind of a greenhorn or whatever you want to call it, Mr. Marv Epling was one of my first heroes. He gave me my first bow that I ever killed a deer with a bow. And I knew of his son then, met him as being one of the pioneers in decorating in the camo business. But, you know, Pat Epling had a leg up when I first met him because I knew the kind of cloth he was cut out of because of his dad.
Inside the Obsession is brought to you by Ram Truck Brand, Precision Shooting Equipment, Lethal, and Mossy Oak.
One of the things that we have to do to every gun, whether it's brand new like this Remington we just got in, or a used gun that has been, had been painted with a regular rattle can spray paint, we have to go through the same steps to prepare the surface to be able to move on to the next step. First thing we do is we disassemble the gun, and then we're going to wipe it down and clean all the oil, all the grease, any dirt that's on there. We need to clean it off, and we use basically a 98.98% isopropyl alcohol to do that. If you don't start with a good base, you won't wind up with a good product. So this is one of the most critical components of the process, is the starting point. We're going to spray an adhesion promoter on all the plastic. We do that to ensure we have good adhesion with the base coat. So the first thing you'll see here is a very light coating, a dust coating of an adhesion promoter, and again, that allows the base paint to stick to the plastic parts. That base paint is a specific color for each one of our patterns, but we take that into consideration when we design a pattern, and for the 5 pursuit patterns that we have for Mossy Oak, we only have 2 base coats. That base color also gives us the accent to the pattern, makes the pattern match our standard. What this tape does that Tony's applying right now is actually create a false edge for the film. The film actually, when we show you, is riding on top of the water surface. So this is the film and this is the water. If we don't put a false edge there, as that part travels through the water, which we'll show you here in a minute, the film becomes ahead of the water and will leave a void across that top edge. So we're creating a false edge so that the film will continue to rise up the tape itself and decorate the entire surface of that fore end for us so we don't have a void. This is a warm water-soluble starch. This is actually the film that does the decorating. What we're going to do is we're going to cut out a piece of this film size to fit the part that we're going to decorate. We're going to lay it on the vat of water, which we told you was 90 degrees. We're going to let it absorb water for 90 seconds. We need it to become fluid. So as we immerse the part through it, it actually travels and transcribes all the contours of the part, and we'll stick to it that way. So we let it sit on the tank of water for 90 seconds. Then we spray activator on it again to re-wet it so we can remove the image and apply it to the part that we're going to decorate. Most people recognize the gun that they have has been camouflaged. Similar to the gun we were using in the deer hunt, you know, that Remington we had the hydrographics process put on it from one of our authorized OEM decorators that's been doing business for Remington for a number of years.
We had an opportunity to get another Mossy Oak guy in camp with us with these riders, and his name's Pat Epling, and he is over Mossy Oak 3D Fluid Graphics, and first of all, Pat's like, you know, he's one of the smartest guys in the world. I mean, he's just, you know, intelligent beyond, you know, it's unbelievable. And he's also kind of a quiet guy until you get hunting. And then he almost turns into this guy you've never seen before, and he's all about the hunt, and he's a tremendous shot, and he knows a lot about hunting, but he's just, you know, normally he's just kind of this quiet guy, and you don't really see what you see once you get into the blind and have an opportunity to sit there with him, because he's a great hunter, great shot, and you know, he's all about the hunt. And that was really cool. And he and I had never been at a camp where, you know, we had so much time to, you know, spend together.
What we do at 3D Fluid Graphics is we actually sell the substrate for the hydrographic dipping, which turns all of the hard goods like firearms and radios into camouflage. And we also sell the heat transfer paper that converts the synthetic fabric, like my jacket here, and puts our image on that.
Any way you can dream of, any product that you want to put Mossy Oak on, and it really today, with the technology that exists today, it doesn't matter what product. He has learned and evolved along with us as in the supply chain part of Mossy Oak, which is honestly, to me, mind-boggling, because it spans the whole world, and in any kind of product you can imagine, not just sporting goods, but just about any kind of household goods today. Pat has, if he didn't know, he found a way and has learned to be one of the, you know, to lead us to being a leader in the supply chain, you know, the whole economics of the supply chain for the sporting goods industry. And it's a real testament to not just how smart he is, but his work ethic and his heart and his servant spirit to the Mossy Oak brand.
We had, again, a really nice 10-point come in from hard from the right-hand side as we're looking at the location, and it was chasing doe around. All the time through the thick brush, and really didn't have an opportunity to get a shot at him, and we were fortunate because that doe turned around and walked right back from where she came.
Good shot.
Did you see where that shot went? We were fortunate enough to get a really good shot on that deer, and was successful. So it was a fantastic morning.
Nice deer. He's nice.
Look at that deer. Wow. Oh yeah, sticker on the
Kind
back
of
of that too.
like two of them. One broke right here.
Well, I like these. You know, these Texas deer seem to have really dark horns too. It's just really pretty, really pretty.
Wow.
Boy, I thought we were going to lose him this morning when he started coming at the blind. He was about 45
Followed that
yards
doe
away.
up there like he's fixing to leave,
Sure
didn't he?
Yeah, almost couldn't see him. He was behind those bushes the whole time, and then very nice.
Good animal. Good deer.
Shall we go get the truck?
You bet.
Let's do that.
I'm ready.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know, I have a fantastic job. I couldn't ask for a better one. Couldn't have scripted one or written a job description that better, suits what we and I do personally here at Mossy Oak. It's a passion that my father instilled in me, hunting. We really love what we do here. The brand speaks for that passion for the outdoors, and that's what's important. It's really an extended family. Everybody at the company has the same values and the same passion about what we do, and that's conservation and that's representing the industry to continue to grow the industry. I have two twin daughters that are 7 years old, and I want them to have the same resources that I had when I was 7, and that's, I think, speaks to what everybody and the values that we have at Mossy Oak. It's really important, that preservation.
Inside the Obsession is also brought to you by Remington Arms and Ammunition, Mossy Oak, Scott Archery, Schwacker Broadheads, and come here, deer.
We had deer over us all afternoon. We saw the deer get an alert in front of us, and sure enough, that 8-point comes right from the left side really hard and startled those other deer, and he was back on the scene.
Yeah, we should probably think about taking that 8 before it gets too dark. Just came out of nowhere, didn't he? He was here like that. Oh, wow. Just like he did the other day, but at a different time. Fantastic. Did you see where that shot went? It looked like I got it right in the shoulder, right? Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Still shaking. Still shaking. Thanks. Cool. That's what we expected, too. It's going to be real quick. Yeah. Real quick. It is a nice deer. Fantastic. Yeah, he was right by that little brush. Little outcrop there. Boy, you just never know. Yep, good sign right there. Yep. Oh, boy, there he is. Boy, that's close. Fantastic.
What a deer.
Nice deer. Very nice deer. Wow, isn't that unbelievable? Just set that right there. That's just fantastic.
Deer. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Wow, that's just wonderful.
Good deer.
We watched this deer a couple of times. We had 2 other sits here, and he just didn't give us a chance. Those last 2 times we saw him in there, and the wind direction changed tonight and allowed us to come back to this stand. And we were here to shoot a management buck, and we had 2 others in the stand. There were about 20 deer, I guess, total that were in there. A couple of spikes and a little 6, and chasing them around. That 8 that we wanted to shoot, we were ready, and you know, he started to head out, so we got ready to take him, and he followed the bush line all the way out to the top there, and we just couldn't get a shot at him. And you know, that's when he tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, he's coming down from the left." And he showed up in the picture, and you know, that thing happened in about seemed like 45 seconds.
He came from the same place.
We weren't going to give him another opportunity to get by us on this one, right?
No, you did.
Put enough.
You didn't wait this time. No.
Put some time in trying to find him, but he's just unbelievable. Can we go get the truck and get him out of here? Let's do that.
Load him up, take him to camp.
Let's do that. All right. You know, we're all passionate about the sport here at Mossy Oak, and I think you can see that in the enthusiasm we have for our jobs. And you know, it certainly sometimes doesn't benefit us in the actual hunting conditions. You know, my friends are kind of jealous that I work for Mossy Oak, but I have to remind them that we have a job to do as well, and in some of our jobs it doesn't give us an opportunity to hunt as frequently as we used to when we were growing up, or as much as we'd like to, I guess, today anyway. So it's really a pleasure to get out in the woods every opportunity that we have, and experience what everybody that follows our brand is passionate about, and that's the sport.
It wasn't just his skill set and what he brought to the table for the business, but, and I think it goes back to his dad, Marv, is that he just fits the brand like a glove, with his family values and his faith and his wanting to know that when we leave this world, we've left it behind a better place, just like Mr. Fox said. And he's such a great sportsman and outdoorsman, and his life has been in this industry, that he, lives to be a part of what we're doing in the brand. And it's important for me to say it's not me and my brand and what people are doing for my brand. It's our brand. It's not just mine and Bill and Cuz and Mr. Fox and the founders of the company. It's Pat Epling's brand too, and he's earned that.